Hey, I'm Graham.
I'm Steve-O. And this is In Depth. Yeah! Woo!
This week we're in Monaco spending 2 days with Prince Albert. From checking out the yacht club to a tour of the palace, we spend 3 days on the road and in the air with golf's greatest player, Jack Nicklaus. The Washington Capitals captain invites us to his home outside of Moscow. I sat down with Pacquiao at his beautiful home. We're in the Bahamas with iconic billionaire Sir Richard Branson. The 15-time most popular driver gives his first extensive interview about the battle with concussions that forced his 2017 retirement.
Buckling a belt, tying a knot in a shoelace was a challenge.
If you had to guess, how many concussions do you think you've had?
It may be 20 to 25, I would say.
How many of those do you think NASCAR was aware of?
The majority of those I wouldn't have told anybody about, you know.
Why do you think you've gotten criticized so much?
If people are talking about you, then you're doing something right.
What was that experience like?
The camera just on you the entire time and having to keep it together.
What were they saying?
You know, that I was overrated and I was spoiled and I'm not gonna make it past 15.
You said, quote, every time he hit me, it put fuel on the fire in my belly.
I knew when I packed my gym bag that I would never come back. Nothing could stop me.
Graham Bensinger's in with you then.
I want to knock out Adrian Peterson. I'm thinking, oh this thing is enormous, and that is close enough.
There's more positive things that happen to you in this process than you can count.
Why does it feel so terrible then? Your teammate is also one of the guys you're trying to beat.
You can't be friends. Yeah, win the world championship, no problem, buddy. That's not how it goes.
With the championship on the line, could you see yourself handling it similarly?
Well, it was not right what he did.
I want to take you back to when you were growing up.
My dad was an alcoholic and was never around, and when he did show up, you didn't want him around.
I'm some guy robbing houses and mugging people. The next thing you know, hey, we champ of the world.
How are you getting this information?
We got our crack investigators.
God, this is CIA right here.
He's giving you your information.
This guy's good. This guy is good.
Explain why you never wore a mouthpiece.
Like, come on, look at my teeth, man.
No,
if something happens, like, hey, maybe I get them fixed for free.
I'm getting ready to go out on a training run with Lance Mackey, and I'm feeling my eyelashes getting stuck together.
First wave, up, easy. He had a more successful surf than me, and he got a scar. He's got a
battle wound?
You okay? Right? All right, good job, man, good job.
Stay centered. Stay centered now. Oh, man. That was not staying centered.
During that time behind bars, what are you thinking about?
The same way you got up and said, without a shadow of a doubt, we can prove that Ray Lewis stabbed and killed 2 people, get up and tell the media that you just told me you don't care if I'm guilty or not. You gonna make sure I go to jail for life.
I think once you go through something like that, you can't help but be different. You can't help but have a better sense of who you are.
I didn't break up the Beatles, okay? I didn't shoot JFK.
Well, no, after all, though, it is a profile interview and it's part of your life.
All of a sudden, it sounds to me like you're saying I'm an addict.
How did you quit?
I had about 4 pills left. I said, I'm gonna flush these down the toilet. I almost crawled in the toilet to go after them.
I look back and I'm like, I was manipulated.
How so?
You know, I was in a relationship where I was kind of forced to choose and push my parents out. It was really sad, but it was my reality then.
It was just tough. But me personally, I didn't think that it would go down like that.
What about it made you so emotional?
Well, it's just everything you worked for.
And my mother would come in my room, and I would cry like a baby. So hurt.
I mean, losing a parent at a young age is, I
think the only worst thing to do is lose a child. And I remember being a little kid, no capacity to process it.
I still feel like I was, you know, a 2x4. I just, pow.
You knocked him against this door. What you see is him lying here, his foot in this banister. Happened so fast.
Going through all of that, what do you think you learned?
They're still interviewing I Ain't Mike, and that's not who I am anymore.
Just don't hurt the coach or the camera guys or Sandy, the sound man. You killed him. James, be careful.
7, 8, 9. Now the 10th you go, hey, hey, hey.
1, 2, 3, go.
Ah! One-handed.
All right, let go. You hurt yourself.
In case you didn't know, this is
Charles Barkley.
And I'm Graham Bensinger, and this is In Depth.
Cut all this!